Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw. We are live tonight here in Pennsylvania, Allenstown, Pennsylvania to be exact. And this man, Shawn Michaels, is here to kick off the historic Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble. A lot to address, and especially with Shawn Michaels being the Raw General Manager, he has his eyes set on the Elimination Chamber, but also for Shawn Michaels, he has to figure out who is going to replace Dolph Ziggler as the leader of D-Generation X. A lot of stuff on the mind for Shawn, a lot of stuff that he builds up to, but also with the winners of the Royal Rumble, that being Bianca Belair, and also AJ Styles for the men's side. So there's a lot to address tonight here for Shawn Michaels. It is not going to be an easy job for Shawn, and especially you see that gray in his beard right there. I'm surprised all of his hair from the top of his head to the whole beard is not gray with everything that he has to do here. Monday Night Raw, what is going on? I hope you guys enjoyed the historic Royal Rumble. That was the third ever Royal Rumble pay-per-view. It was a great night, especially representing Monday Night Raw. Two Royal Rumble winners being Bianca Belair and AJ Styles. And tonight, Bianca and AJ Styles will address their wins later on tonight. Also, I'd like to congratulate Austin Theory on becoming the new United States Champion. His good buddy Grayson Waller of A-Town Down Under defeated Bronson Reed, which is no easy task, but then Theory would go on to defeat Grayson Waller. But I have a match to make for the Elimination Chamber, and I think you all like it. So, for the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, ladies and gentlemen, it will be a 6-man Elimination Chamber matchup to find out who walks out with that United States Championship, as Austin Theory will defend his championship against Grayson Waller, Bronson Reed, Solo Sikoa, and the two winners of the two qualifying matches later on tonight. In those two qualifying matches later on tonight, it will be Logan Paul, the Maverick of WWE. He'll be taking on Straight to the Moon, Cameron Grimes, as well as later on tonight, Ilya Dragunov, former United States Champion, will take on Tommaso Ciampa. Hard-hitting matches are coming your way very, very shortly. And now, to move on from making matches for Elimination Chamber at the moment to deciding who's going to replace Dolph Ziggler as the new leader of D-Generation X. And I looked around and I really had to think and really look around and say who would be the right man to step up. And, well, I saw there was a new free agent that just had their contract expire from SmackDown, and I believe they're a perfect choice to represent D-Generation X. And you guys won't have to wait any longer, because this man that is about to come through that curtain onto this stage is your newest leader, and that will lead D-Generation X into the near future, and that will lead Braun Breaker and Big E into the brightest of futures. Here is this man. Are you kidding me? This is the newest member of Monday Night Raw. He was a free agent. Apparently, from what Shawn Michaels was saying, his contract expired as of the Royal Rumble from the sounds of it. And Shinsuke Nakamura has signed to Raw and is the new leader of D-Generation X. Dolph Ziggler could not win the Rumble, and it looks like Nakamura is going to replace Ziggler and take D-Generation X to a whole different era of professional wrestling here in WWE. We know how crazy Shinsuke Nakamura can get, ladies and gentlemen, and this could get very, very bad for this Monday Night Raw roster. Nakamura at being the top guy here on Monday Night Raw makes it even more dangerous. We saw him feuding with the likes of Nick Aldis. It didn't work out in his favor, but Shinsuke Nakamura is your newest member of D-Generation X, and he will go on to be the leader of D-Generation X for the foreseeable future. That is absolutely huge, ladies and gentlemen, for D-Generation X, replacing Dolph Ziggler with the newest member of Monday Night Raw, that being Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, a former Universal Champion, former United States Champion. He's won plenty of big matches throughout his career, ladies and gentlemen, so I think adding Shinsuke Nakamura is certainly, I would say, personally, a upgrade over Dolph Ziggler. So we'll see how Nakamura being added to the group as the leader will fare for D-Generation X. But tonight, we kick us off after those big words from Shawn Michaels. He addressed the big-time pay-per-view of Elimination Chamber down in Perth, Australia, as this will be our first qualifying matchup of the night for the men's matchup for the United States Elimination Chamber match there at the Elimination Chamber tonight. It is Logan Paul taking on Cameron Grimes. And right now we already have the 4 superstars that have gotten involved in everything going on for that lovely event. So as of right now, you have Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Bronson Reed, and Solo Sikoa all getting those spots taken up. But we have to decide in these 2 matches who exactly will be joining those men. Certainly, being down there in Australia, it's going to be a massive event, but certainly it's gonna test relationships, especially with having Austin Theory and Grayson Waller our tag team. But I guarantee you that there's a certain might have some jealousy, certainly with Waller winning his first championship, but he didn't hold on to that championship for too long because his good friend Austin Theory would beat him for that United States Championship. You heard that right. If you didn't watch the Royal Rumble match, of Austin Theory is your United States Champion once again, and he'll be heading into Elimination Chamber with that United States Championship, but we'll see if he can even walk out with it there in Australia. As here we go, Logan Paul versus Cameron Grimes here. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Can the Maverick Logan Paul outperform Cameron Grimes, ladies and gentlemen? Big time opportunity for Cameron Grimes tonight here. Especially Logan Paul being in that Royal Rumble. I mean, Logan Paul had a strong showing at the Survivor Series. He was there in the Royal Rumble. Obviously, he didn't walk out as the winner, but certainly he was able to showcase some of his stuff there in that Royal Rumble. Plenty to address coming out of the Royal Rumble. Obviously, we saw Bianca Belair from the women's side. She now has to decide if she wants to go after the Women's World Champion here on Raw, that being Bayley, or does she go over to SmackDown and does she face off with the Women's Champion Jade Cargill? Certainly 2 matches that would definitely be worth your money and time at WrestleMania. Certainly be a first time ever matchup, Bianca versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. But you could have a situation where it's been going to be a whole year since you could say Bianca's held that championship. But also when I say that, it's when WrestleMania was when she won the Money in the Bank, and then the night after on Monday Night Raw, she would cash in to become champion. She would hold the championship through to SummerSlam, and then Bayley would win with the help of Damage Control. So certainly everything could come full circle. Because, like we said, Bayley, she was champion at WrestleMania. So over the top rope takes down Logan Paul. Bayley was the women's champion at WrestleMania. She defeated Charlotte at that time to retain her championship. And then, well, obviously, like we mentioned, the night after, she would get cashed in on and made a triple threat match. Bianca would walk out champion. So certainly, I'm very intrigued on what possibilities we may get. And like Shawn Michaels said, tonight we are going to hear from the likes of both AJ Styles, the men's winner, and then also the women's winner, Bianca Belair, later on tonight. But also, we got these 2 big-time qualifying matches, as well as a massive 6-woman tag team matchup, as Bayley will team up with her good friend Sasha Banks, and the return of Naomi. She debuted at the Women's Royal. She I should say she returned to WWE. It's going to be a massive matchup there as those three will take on the team of Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. Massive, massive matchup there. As a spinning under, taking down Logan Paul's. Here we go. Cameron Grimes going to go for the pinfall opportunity. Could this be enough? 2. No. Logan Paul keeps himself in it. Imagine how he's going to feel if he loses to Cameron Grimes. I'm sorry, he's going to go for the pinfall there to put away. Logan Paul now. Grimes now with that. Oh, what a neckbreaker cradle. Is this enough for him to go on to Elimination Chamber? Yes, it is. Cameron Grimes is officially going to the Elimination Chamber. Grimes slowly but surely trying to get his opportunities and certainly defeating the social media megastar tonight, out wrestling Logan Paul. That will certainly help Cameron Grimes climb up the rankings, but also get him an opportunity live there in Perth, Australia, to hold his first ever championship here in WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now back, and it looks like the phenomenal AJ Styles is out here, and he will be addressing the WWE Universe on what is next after winning the Royal Rumble match. AJ Styles went through hell at the Royal Rumble. Not only did he have a World Championship matchup, he put Gunther through hell. It was a hellacious matchup between Styles and Gunther. Great back and forth matchup, but Gunther, as your world champion, would go on to survive AJ Styles. And now for AJ Styles, not only did he have to go through that, but he had to go in the actual Royal Rumble matchup. And this man was able to outlast 29 other superstars to go on to main event WrestleMania. But the question is, for AJ Styles, who does he pick? Does he want a rematch with Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion? Or does he pick Finn Balor, a man that he is known for a very long time in this business, and that for the Undisputed Championship? Sometimes in this business, ladies and gentlemen, you have to put yourself through hell, and at the Royal Rumble last night, I did the exact thing. I went to hell and back with Gunther, but I didn't win that World Heavyweight Championship. But I was able to get in that Rumble matchup, and I walked out winner, and I'm main eventing WrestleMania this year. This might sound cliche, but it is very true. Ever since joining this company, I have wanted to main event WrestleMania. I've been in WrestleMania matches, I've been at WrestleMania, but it is going to be a whole different feeling when I get to close out WrestleMania. But the question is, though, who am I going to go after, and who am I going to face at WrestleMania? For me, it's very difficult, because on one hand, you got the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, one of the best that we have here on Monday Night Raw. He took me to my limit, and I have to be honest with you, he beat me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, he straight up beat me. I had him right where I want him, but I could not dig down deep. I couldn't finish off Gunther. And also, I know Gunther very, very well. Not only we feuded for that World Heavyweight Championship, but we fought for the United States Championship briefly months and months back. So I know how Gunther rolls, and I know how he is in this very ring. So if we were to go at it once again at WrestleMania, I think I'd walk out with that World Heavyweight Championship. But on the other hand, you have the Undisputed Champion, Finn Balor, who I know very, very well, especially growing through the ranks of, obviously, not just WWE, but on the independent scene, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and especially everybody knows the Bullet Club that we both have been leaders of. So a lot of stuff is up in the air, but if I am honest with you, after I'm talking about it right now, I exactly know who would be the better opponent for me for WrestleMania. It is very fitting. The colors that I'm wearing with my armband and my phenomenal AJ Styles t-shirt, this color blue. With that being said, I am officially will be facing Finn Balor for his undisputed championship in the main event of WrestleMania. The story is there, and it's going to be something that we both dreamt of being in the main event. Monday Night Raw, I could not have done it without you, especially these last couple months where I've gotten better and better every single time and I picked up massive wins, but I could not sadly be your World Heavyweight Champion. I'm officially moving over to SmackDown as of right now, and Finn Balor, I'll be live at SmackDown, so if you will actually be there to celebrate your undisputed championship win, I will lovely be there face to face with you. What absolutely craziness, ladies and gentlemen. Not just this match we're about to see between Ilya Dragunov and Tommaso Ciampa, but it is official. AJ Styles, he's not waiting until the last second. He's not waiting until at least Elimination Chamber. He's not going to draw it out. He's straight up telling us who exactly he's facing, and he's facing off with the current undisputed champion, Finn Balor. He is picking Finn Balor for WrestleMania. So right now, breaking news, AJ Styles picks Finn Balor, and those two will main event WrestleMania for the very first time. They have wrestled each other before in a United States Championship matchup where AJ Styles has beaten Finn Balor for that United States Championship, and that was in NXT. But this is a whole different Finn Balor, especially there from NXT. So what craziness, it blows my mind. We are going to see those two former Bullet Club members, Bullet Club leaders to be exact, those two go to war in the main event of WrestleMania. As we move on to the qualifying matches, we saw Cameron Grimes defeat Logan Paul earlier on tonight, and now we are going to see which one of these superstars will go to be the very last entrant in the Elimination Chamber. Does not mean they get the last opportunity to come out of the matchup, but it is the last spot in the Elimination Chamber. It will either be Ilya Dragunov, the former United States Champion, or it will be this man, Tommaso Ciampa, former Intercontinental Champion, former NXT Champion, former NXT Tag Team Champion with this man right here. So Tommaso Ciampa would love to get himself maybe some more championship gold. Obviously DIY reunited, they're also looking to get an opportunity for those Raw Tag Team Championships. Certainly we'll have to really see where we're really going right now. LWO and D-Generation X, is that over and done with? Does Sean have a plan for D-Generation X, as now they are two-time tag team champions, and now you have a new leader that is being Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong Style, and certainly the King of Strong Style will be out for tonight. It's going to be a hell of a pickup for D-Generation X, as the referee has made this matchup official. Ilya Dragunov, Tommaso Ciampa, who will be the sixth and final spot into that matchup, live in Perth, Australia at the Elimination Chamber. And just brawling for this matchup, it's one thing, but being inside of an Elimination Chamber, that's a whole different ball game. And especially with the man that is at ringside, Johnny Gargano, he knows exactly how that feels, because that is where he won the WWE Championship last year, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. Johnny Gargano won it in a six-man Elimination Chamber match last year. So we'll see how that's going to honestly fall. And yes, it's definitely a whole different ballgame for Gargano not being in the WWE Championship picture, but certainly those opportunities, you got to capitalize on them, and that's what Gargano did. And for Gargano, you just got to keep on fighting. But also for him right now, he is glad, he is happy to have Tommaso Ciampa back. They're letting bygones be bygones with their past, and they're looking towards the future. And one of their main goals for this new year is going on to win the tag team championships. Now, it's one thing to put your goals out, but it's also another to accomplish those goals. But right now, obviously, Gargano and Ciampa are not going to deter one of themselves to not try to get an opportunity if it arises for, let's say, a United States Championship opportunity or a Undisputed Championship, World Championship, whatever it may be. Is Tommaso Ciampa looking to fly, ladies and gentlemen? Ciampa, big time flying spear, essentially takes down Ilya Dragunov, and the ever dangerous Tommaso Ciampa bringing to the fight to Ilya Dragunov right now. As all know, Ilya Dragunov, big cut on the forehead. This is right now where Dragunov needs to figure out something right now, because he has not got much of anything at this very moment, and Tommaso Ciampa, being ever dangerous as he is, very powerful, and he strikes very, very hard. So, I mean, we'll have to really see if Ciampa can really finish this. And it looks like he's going to look for the fairy tale ending already to Ilya Dragunov. This matchup might be over, Dragunov, that blood just dripping down his face. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be it. 2-3, it is. That shows you how damn good Ciampa is. You can't say anything bad for Ilya Dragunov. He's a former United States champion. Too bad he couldn't really get much going tonight. Same for Logan Paul in that other qualifier. And now Cameron Grimes and Tommaso Ciampa join that star-studded group for the United States Championship down in Perth, Australia. One official matchup confirmed for the Elimination Chamber. Big matchup for Tommaso Ciampa. We'll see if he can walk out the United States champion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Bianca Belair, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, coming out from number 25 to survive 29 other superstars. And Bianca Belair is your Miss Royal Rumble winner, the third ever Women's Royal Rumble winner. Becky and Charlotte were the first two, and now Bianca is number 3. And the question is, for Bianca, big choice. She doesn't have to do what AJ Styles did and already have a choice made up for her, because honestly, she has up to already 8 weeks. I mean, I guess if she really wanted to, she could wait until Wrestlemania, but that really wouldn't make sense. So we'll see what the future will have in store for this bright young woman known as Bianca Belair, former Women's World Champion. And let's see what the AST has to say. Decisions. Do I stay on Monday Night Raw and go after Bayley, who took away my Women's World Championship and has brought that Women's World Championship to a very low state here in WWE? Or do I face off with a woman I've never faced before, and that being Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship on SmackDown? Decisions. Ever since I won that Women's Royal Rumble matchup at the Royal Rumble, a lot of stuff has been racing in my head, but I was able to sleep it on and come tonight clear-headed. And like what AJ Styles did, I'm not going to wait either, because this woman knows exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm coming back for what's rightfully mine, and that is that Women's World Championship, Bayley. You are hearing me correctly. It will be the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, facing off with the so-called role model of WWE, that being Bayley. Bayley, I know you have a massive 6-woman tag team matchup next, but I cannot wait to get my hands back on my World Championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, two massive announcements tonight from Bianca Belair and AJ Styles, your Royal Rumble winner. AJ Styles is officially leaving Monday Night Raw and is officially going over to SmackDown as of right now. He is challenging Finn Balor for the Undisputed Championship. Bianca stays on Raw and will be challenging Bayley for her Women's World Championship. Now that AJ Styles is officially gone, I have to figure out who will be challenging Gunther for a matchup for that World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestlemania, and I figured I'd make a massive 6-man Elimination Chamber #1 contenders matchup. It will feature CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Wade Barrett, and the man behind me, Shinsuke Nakamura. Tonight in your main event, I am going to have that man standing right behind me, the newest leader of D-Generation X. I'm going to have Shinsuke Nakamura battle the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. And this man, Shinsuke Nakamura, is going to show Drew McIntyre a little preview of what's to come at the Elimination Chamber. Man, it just seems like one massive announcement after another here tonight. Not only is Bianca Belair, she's staying on Raw, she's choosing to go after the Women's World Champion Bayley if she is still champion going into WrestleMania season as Bianca and Bayley, as of right now, confirmed for WrestleMania. Also, AJ Styles, he's officially moving over to SmackDown. He challenges Finn Balor for the Undisputed Championship there in the main event of WrestleMania. We'll have Night 1 and Night 2. Going to be plenty of massive matchups. But also, Sean wasn't done with that. He figured, hey, we have a massive hole to be needed. We see Styles decided not to go after Gunther. He decided to go with that long storied past with Finn Balor. Plenty to tell there. So Shawn Michaels has said, hey, we're going to have ourselves a massive 6-man Elimination Chamber matchup. The #1 contendership is going to be on the line. The winner will face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So in that matchup, it will be CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Wade Barrett. It's going to be a great card heading into the Elimination Chamber, ladies and gentlemen. And not only Elimination Chamber, but WrestleMania. We're getting at least 2 confirmation matches coming up. We had the 2 massive matches earlier on to determine who will be joining Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Bronson Reed, and Solo Sikoa. We saw Cameron Grimes knock off Logan Paul, and Tommaso Ciampa out-wrestled Ilya Dragunov. So we'll see how that goes. But here is the Kabuki Warriors coming down to this ring, ladies and gentlemen, as Kairi Sane and Io Sky make themselves known here. As this is going to be a massive 6-woman tag team matchup. It is going to be the likes of Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky. Dakota Kai will not be out here to accompany them, but it's a massive group for these Kabuki Warriors. A massive matchup. Kairi Sane unfortunately didn't walk out Women's World Champion, but she was so damn close, ladies and gentlemen. But Bayley at the right place at the right time, putting away Kairi Sane. And now we wait. We see it is boss time. Sasha Banks is here. She was in the Royal Rumble matchup. Wasn't able to make it to the final 2 or obviously win the Royal Rumble. We saw the return of Naomi. Herself and Sasha Banks left WWE well over a year ago, and now just joining back with some personal issues. So we'll see how that's going to fare. Naomi, a well-accomplished wrestler in WWE, and we'll see how this is going to be faring for Naomi. A massive return, and I think that her coming back to WWE is perfect. And from the looks of it, if she's been here, it's been advertised she's been on Raw. Obviously, some kind of deal has been worked out for Naomi to sign here on Monday Night Raw. As now we wait for your next competitor to make her way down to the ring, and that is your Women's World Champion, Bayley. And my question is for Bayley, what did she just think of that announcement from Bianca Belair saying, hey, I'm getting my hands back on that Women's World Championship at WrestleMania? She may not seem phased, but for Bayley, you know, these last couple years, I mean, it's been about Bayley. She's been champion. Certainly last year leading into WrestleMania, she was the Raw Women's Champion. A lot of people are saying, oh, hey, you know, Charlotte picked Bayley. Charlotte was going to defeat Bayley. Not so fast, my friend. Bayley retained her championship at WrestleMania. Then the next night, we saw a rematch for the Raw Women's Championship between Bayley and Charlotte. It was a good back and forth matchup. It was so close to call. And then Bianca Belair, Miss Money in the Bank, would cash in her briefcase, make it a triple threat matchup, and Belair would walk out with the championship. Months and months brewing. We saw Belair defeat Charlotte, dealing with Bayley, and Bayley had her damage control with her, and essentially helped her win the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. But there was a rematch. I believe it was Backlash. A hell of a back and forth, but it just was not her night. It's a steel cage match. Anything goes in that matchup. As there is Naomi, ladies and gentlemen, making her way down to the ring. But like I was saying, there was just so much going on. And, you know, that steel cage match, I think Bianca Belair was trying to do too much, and especially jumping off the top of the cage. You know, she was, you know, trying to do everything in her power to make sure she would put down Bayley once and for all, but certainly she didn't get to do that, and Bayley would retain her Women's World Championship, and obviously, since then, she has been Women's World Champion. And I don't know if Bianca Belair is going to be able to knock her off. But obviously this time around, it's a whole different look of damage control. You have Sasha Banks with Bayley, who can definitely put on some great matches and definitely have the back of Bayley. Kabuki Warriors trying to still get that championship away from her, but we're going to see how this 6-woman tag team matchup fares here next as Asuka and Sasha Banks kick us off here. Referee has made this matchup official. Here we go. This is your co-main event of the evening. I believe this matchup was scheduled to be your main event of the evening, but with the addition of Shinsuke Nakamura being the new leader of Monday Night Raw, who's a free agent coming out of the Royal Rumble, and, you know, SmackDown's loss is Monday Night Raw's gain to fame. And, well, certainly Shawn Michaels pounced as soon as he realized it, heard the news that Nakamura was a free agent, and Monday Night Raw signs him, and Shawn Michaels makes him the leader of D-Generation X. But not only did he make him the leader, he put him in a matchup for that World Heavyweight Championship, or at least an opportunity to go on to main event WrestleMania. But in that matchup, obviously Nakamura's going to have to go through 5 other superstars to get that opportunity. And not just that as well, Nakamura faces Drew McIntyre one-on-one tonight in your main event next after this women's 6-woman tag team match. And you just don't know what the road to WrestleMania is for a lot of these superstars, besides the Women's World Championship and the Undisputed Championship. We'll definitely get our answers for some of them at the Elimination Chamber, but some answers will still have to be figured out on the road to WrestleMania. We got Elimination Chamber coming up in just 4 weeks' time. A lot to build up to, and certainly, like I've mentioned before, what is SmackDown going to do? Both brands, it's just a lot of build up on the road to WrestleMania, and that's what you love to see. A lot of these superstars crunching on time. They're realizing, hey, no better time than ever than right now to showcase to the Raw General Manager, SmackDown General Manager, whoever it is, to anyone in the back that, hey, I deserve to be on the show, one way or another. And now Asuka, boom, big forearm strike there, takes down Bayley. We saw Bayley and Asuka go at it a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. Bayley would beat Asuka in a one-on-one bout. As big takedown. That was the night where Dakota Kai would turn her back on Sasha Banks and leave Damage Control and side with the Kabuki Warriors. Referee is at 4. These women need to start getting themselves back inside this ring here. And my question is Bayley going to have a Women's World Championship matchup at the Elimination Chamber? Very interested in seeing how that may fare. As Asuka trying to crawl the corner. Naomi going to try to block her. She's going to take out Io Sky, but Kairi Sane gets the hot tag. Naomi not realizing it, I don't think, and now she's going to have to deal with a 2-on-1 situation temporarily as Kairi Sane. Ooh, what a vicious DDT there from Kairi Sane. And if for sure Naomi is officially on the Monday Night Raw roster, this is a massive addition. I'm assuming with her being on Raw, certainly that means some kind of deal was worked out for at least her to show up. We know Naomi and Sasha Banks, former tag team here in WWE. It only made sense for them to work together and Naomi to come together with Sasha. I don't know how her working relationship is with Bayley, but like I mentioned before, Naomi and Sasha being a former tag team certainly works in their favor. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, it's been one hell of a night so far here on Monday Night Raw. We saw Bianca Belair and AJ Styles, your Royal Rumble winners. They were here tonight to address their wins, but they did not waste time deciding what they wanted to do. AJ Styles came out here and said, hey, I could either choose Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, or Finn Balor, your undisputed champion. And, well, certainly Gunther, I would know what to do to beat him next time. I believe I have too much history with Finn Balor not to give that a chance. 2 former Bullet Club leaders go at it, but this is a whole different styles, a whole different Finn Balor from the last time these two have wrestled. And if I do remember correctly, last time these two have wrestled, it was for the United States Championship when they were both in NXT. So that's a very long time ago. That was last year, over a year ago, ladies and gentlemen, since that's happened. At least that I can recall, those two battling it out. As double knees to the ribs there in the chest of Asuka. Asuka's in trouble now. And now Sasha, she going to look for a tag and toss her in the corner. And Bayley now, Women's World Champion, going to look to do some work here and put away Asuka's double shoulder takedown there of Asuka. Bayley now, opportune time. Asuka a little bit quicker in that exchange. Asuka showed a little bit of shades of her old self with her attire and everything there at the Royal Rumble. It came down to Asuka and Bianca Belair there at the Royal Rumble. Could be a whole different story for Asuka if she was able to win the Royal Rumble. And big question would be, would Asuka face off with Jade Cargill or would she face off with Bayley? Asuka obviously has a history with both of those women, but certainly we got Bianca Belair, and I certainly would have loved to see Bianca and obviously Jade Cargill going at it. Those two women would physically just absolutely amazing in the middle of this room, in this middle of this ring. But when you think about it, it makes sense for Bianca to go after Bayley, after what Bayley has done to Bianca Belair over those months. Especially at SummerSlam, having Io Sky and Dakota Kai help out in that last woman standing matchup for Bayley to win the Women's World Championship. It's a damn shame how it went, but in that steel cage match, it was every woman for themselves, and Bayley was able to outlast Bianca Belair in that opportunity. As Asuka, what a karate kick there to the temple, and Bayley trying to get to the corner, but Asuka blocking her off. This Pennsylvania crowd trying to fire up for Asuka right now. Bayley trying to stir up to her feet. Look at these slaps. But Bayley woke up saying, I'm good. I'll let you try to go after one of my other teammates. As now here comes the boss, Sasha Banks. As now we've seen Sasha use this maneuver plenty of times throughout the years when she was here in WWE. And now Sasha looking for the Banks statement, but Asuka saw it coming. There's plenty of dream matches in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, that we'd love to see. Certainly Io Sky, Sasha Banks. Kairi Sane, Sasha Banks. I mean, Bayley and Io Sky would be a great matchup as well. So, I mean, there's plenty of big-time matches, especially for Naomi. Love to see Naomi and Asuka go at it. Naomi and Io Sky. You know, like I mentioned, there's plenty of, you know, marquee matches out of the 6-woman tag team matchup that we could eventually one day see. But it just really depends on what the landscape of WWE is going to be looking like. And especially with us being on the road to WrestleMania. Oh my goodness. Look at those kicks, man. Absolutely vicious. Sasha Banks is not playing around here as Naomi face to face here with Kairi Sane. Big old belly to Bayley takes down Kairi Sane. Naomi not messing around here. As rightfully so, she's coming out here to make a statement to make sure that this Kabuki Warriors feel the glow tonight. But certainly for Naomi, she would love to get herself on the WrestleMania card one way or another. Massive matchup or not. Obviously, she didn't just return home for, you know, just to stay in the back. She wants to showcase what has brought her to the ring, what has brought her to WWE. As Io Sky with the rebound, but no, Naomi, big reversal there. Both women going back and forth. That's why I said that both these women are so just damn talented that I would love to see both of them in an actual singles match down the line, championship or no championship. I believe it would be certainly a show stealer for sure. If given time, given opportunity, no shenanigans, just an opportunity to try to out-wrestle each other. Io Sky was trying to get something going in the corner there, maybe trying to work a possible tag, but now she hits her with that jumping knee strike out of nowhere. Referee right there, but a strong kick out from Naomi. And then Io Sky's all fired up, this crowd absolutely eating up Naomi, trying to get to the corner. Who's she going to go to? Is she going to try to get to Sasha? But Naomi just could not fully get over there, and Io Sky is just going to eat this up right now. And talking about eating it up, we're going to get that tag. Here comes Asuka, the Empress of today. Asuka now. Uh-oh. Going to look for that Asuka lock. Asuka lock is applied. Center of the ring. Naomi has nowhere to go. She is dead center. But Sasha Banks saves the day for her good friend Naomi. And Naomi going to try to get the world champion in the ring. Here we go. Asuka, Bayley, once again. But Asuka trying to keep down Bayley, but Bayley, the champion, not going to back down from Asuka. And now a Bayley to belly. Down goes Asuka. And Bayley going to rub it in, telling that referee to do her damn job, telling her to come very, very closely. And now Bayley looking for that Macho Man elbow drop. Vintage Bayley. Pinfall opportunity. Referee is right there. Is this it? No. Asuka's able to kick out at 2.5. And off the ropes we go. Down goes Sasha Banks. And now Bayley has the opportunity to put away Asuka here. And this is what retained her championship last night at the Rumble by defeating Kairi Sane. Can she do it tonight against Asuka? But no. Asuka is able to be saved by her good buddy, Kairi Sane. And now Bayley high risk again. No, going to the well. One too many times. And now, another kick to the face. Bayley is just doomed when it comes to those kicks to the temple. Almost like different variations of an enziguri, but I call it like a karate kick. And Bayley now, gonna send a message to Io Sky, taking down Io, but Kairi Sane right there to once again save the day. This matchup will continue. There's a lot to address for the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Like we mentioned, we had 2 new United States Championship reigns, as Grayson Waller did defeat Bronson Reed to become the new United States Champion, but the gauntlet matchup would continue. We would see Grayson Waller defend against Austin Theory, and Austin Theory would walk out with the United States Championship. But after that matchup, it was not over yet. Coming after that matchup, we saw Solo Sikoa, the enforcer of the bloodline, come down the ring and spike Austin Theory. And from the looks of it, it looks like Solo Sikoa is targeting Austin Theory and that United States Championship, and that is why he is in that United States Championship at the Elimination Chamber for the United States Championship. Shawn Michaels sees a lot of money in that matchup, and adding the likes of Tommaso Ciampa and Cameron Grimes adds some big wild cards into that matchup, certainly, as Sasha Banks gets the tag. Can the boss get herself some action here against Kairi Sane? Ooh, nice maneuver there from Kairi Sane. And looks like Kairi might try to get a tag, and she will. Here comes Io Sky. Also, another matchup we have to talk about, obviously, is the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches. Yes, we've talked about the winners of that event as, Io Sky, the genius of the sky, with that beautiful moonsault. Is that enough to put away Sasha? No, it is not. We saw the likes of Seth Rollins, CM Punk, the likes of Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso. There's a lot of big names in this pay-per-view, even the NXT superstars. We even saw MJF from NXT. I believe it was number 15 that he came out. Obviously, he didn't win the Rumble, but he did have a strong showing. CM Punk would get RKO'd. To talk about CM Punk, he did get RKO'd on the apron, and CM Punk would have one of the fastest eliminations in this whole dang matchup. Very unfortunate for Punk. He came out in his white t-shirt and more of like I wouldn't say pajamas, but more of like a workout attire that some people would maybe work out in a gym. But he got RKO'd for his efforts. Punk had a hell of a match earlier on in the night when it was CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in an unsanctioned matchup. Punk and Rollins would go to war, and Rollins would defeat CM Punk. But the matchup was unsanctioned, so the matchup doesn't officially count in the record books. As Banks going continuously against Asuka here. Oh, big Russian leg sweep takes down the Empress of Tomorrow. Referee is at a 7. Both of them need to get themselves in the ring before we do have a count out here. Sasha's at an 8. Asuka still down and out here. We're at a 9. Looks like we might be seconds away from a possible count out, but no, Sasha Banks able to, I don't know if she necessarily broke it up on purpose, but she took out Kairi Sane. And now Banks with a big knees to the chest there of Asuka. Sasha Banks coming right after Asuka, looking to put her away, but Asuka saw it coming. And now Asuka again, gonna look for the Asuka lock right in the corner of Bayley and Naomi. Will Sasha have to tap out? Bayley's right there to save the day once again. And the matchup will continue. As this matchup continues, ladies and gentlemen, we did have new women's tag team champions at the event as Asuka gets thrown down by Bayley. Come on, Bayley. As Ronda Rousey and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to become the new women's tag team champions. Rousey and Shayna Baszler now will have their next title defense at NXT Deadline as they will take on the unholy unions Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for those undisputed women's tag team championships. Sasha Banks saw that pirate elbow coming her way, possible insane elbow, and obviously, unfortunately for her, didn't work out in her favor. As Sasha and Bayley working together here. Bayley with a big flying shoulder tackle. And Bayley's all fired up here, but oh no. Eating that spinning back fist, that will not be feeling too good. Talking about surprises, though, ladies and gentlemen, to the Royal Rumble events, we saw Batista make his first appearance in a good while. He was not in the Royal Rumble last year, but he was in the Rumble this year. He made it damn near all the way towards the end of the matchup. But honestly, for the longest time, I was surprised Batista didn't honestly make it, because Bayley has, or not Bayley, as Bayley's in a predicament with the submission hold here. Bayley's tapping out. Bayley's tapping out. Kairi Sane makes Bayley tap out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about Batista more at a later date, but look at Kairi Sane in the face of Sasha Banks and Bayley. That submission hold didn't look as bad, like in the terms of doing damage, but Kairi Sane just made the Women's World Champion tap out in a 6-woman tag team matchup. So, could that mean we could have Kairi Sane earn herself another opportunity for that Women's World Championship? Possibly at the Elimination Chamber. If I'm Shawn Michaels, I have a lot to think about at this moment, as a massive matchup there for the Elimination Chamber looms possibly between Kairi Sane and Bayley. Drew McIntyre is in the ring currently waiting for his opponent, Shinsuke Nakamura. And no, Nakamura from behind. This is the cowardness of Shinsuke Nakamura. What we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is now Nakamura, middle of the ring, coming right after Drew McIntyre. This whole different side of Nakamura, the new leader of D-Generation X, right here in front of you. And we talked about that new side. We saw it briefly there on SmackDown towards the tenure of Nakamura there in SmackDown, where he would cowardly attack people on the back, especially Nick Aldis, but Nick Aldis would once again get the upper hand over Nakamura, and Nakamura signing over to Monday Night Raw, where he had previous history with Monday Night Raw. That's where he won his Universal Championship back a couple years back. So Nakamura certainly knows what Monday Night Raw will be looking like in his future. Oh, big strong kick out there from McIntyre. We don't know how much damage that took out of McIntyre, and especially the damage that he went through being in that Royal Rumble match as well. But these two men will be in that Elimination Chamber matchup, where the winner will face Gunther at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. And look at Gunther, or not Gunther, but McIntyre being told to come on. McIntyre trying to wake himself up, but here comes Nakamura. Man, look at these massive strikes to McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen. But that World Heavyweight Championship picture, ladies and gentlemen, it is massive in the terms of when it comes to that World Heavyweight Championship matchup, or I should say the number one contenders matchup, to see who will battle Gunther at WrestleMania. But from top to bottom, you got CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Wade Barrett, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Adding Nakamura and Wade Barrett to that matchup, I believe that's one of those things where it could definitely be, in the terms of being wild cards in that matchup. Definitely Wade Barrett, he's had some big matches since his return, especially over a win over CM Punk at Backlash months and months back. But certainly ever since then, he's been trying to figure out his identity here on Monday Night Raw. Has not worked out the best so far, but certainly we'll see something. Definitely, look at that sit-down squat over the head suplex. Ooh, a Glasgow kiss. Let me get you a kiss. Nakamura could be in trouble here. The Scottish Warrior could be moments away from putting him away. But look at Nakamura doing the correct thing in that moment and rolling out of the ring is over the top rope. McIntyre takes out Nakamura. Can the Scottish Warrior outlast Nakamura tonight? He is just stomping away, trying to cave in that chest of Drew McIntyre. And now look at these massive punches Not saying that Nakamura definitely doesn't deserve it. You can see that more aggressive side coming out of Drew McIntyre. He realizes he is in a fight right now, in a fight that has been very physical, and especially in terms of what Nakamura has done coming into this matchup by attacking the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. It's a big spear there from Nakamura, trying to keep pace with the likes of Drew McIntyre. It's a big Kinshasa out of nowhere. Is this it? Yes, it is. Nakamura helps himself out tonight. McIntyre trying to fight back, but there's just too much damage was done to McIntyre tonight via the attack from behind. And Nakamura shows you what he's going to be bringing to the table, ladies and gentlemen. This new side of Nakamura being shifted over to Monday Night Raw. He's a free agent from SmackDown, signs with Raw. He's the new D Generation X leader. What will the future hold for this man?